Hello guys, how you doing?
I'm very well. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you.
Why are you rubbing your nipples?
Hey, John, I say this to everybody whenever this scenario pops about, is why the fuck are you not rubbing yours?
Rub away, Johnny boy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We all having a good week, fellas?
Fuck no. You?
No.
I watched Oppenheimer last week and it was amazing.
Yeah, I've heard it's really, really good.
So good. But now Suze wants to go and see Barbie.
Well, that's all right. Ticket for one.
Yeah, okay, go.
Yeah. I'm not stopping you.
Yeah, exactly.
I've actually watched some interesting reviews on it, and it's like there was like something about like the whole Ken thing, that it was like Barbie's lesson in all of this is like just keep loving yourself the way you are, you're perfect, and then Ken just like learns about humanity and becomes enlightened as fuck, and he's the bad guy for it.
Oh, really?
At the end of the day, it's a film about a fucking doll.
And also, it's got Margot Robbie in it, and she is absolutely beautiful.
Margot Robbie.
Oh my God.
Do you know, I saw an amazing review. It was supposed to be a review of Barbie, but it wasn't. It was a review of Margot Robbie. And one of my favourite pieces from it was, I would suck her dad's cock just to taste the recipe.
Oh, fucking hell.
The recipe.
God, I can't wait to use that.
I mean, I'm not sure you should use that.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna find a way of bringing that in. That's fantastic. That is.
Also, just send in your votes if you want us to start an OnlyFans, because there's a couple of feet here that are going to make you want to vomit. Japanese businessmen.
I don't think anyone's going to want to pay you money.
If people are like, there's no difference between men and women, I'm like, you want to buy my boxers?
Yeah, fair point. Very well made.
You want them?
Not even a charity shop will take my boxes.
I'll take them off in fucking front of you.
What colour were they originally?
Man, I wear black boxers only. Okay?
Yeah.
People are like, how many times have you had skid marks? I'm like, in theory or in reality?
Jury's out, man.
Yeah, it's a Kevlar vest of arseholes. That's what it is. Being shot is not the same thing as dying, okay? God's bullet wound.
Oh, fuck me. Right, guys, should we get into some stories?
So this is what the people came for.
Yes, it is. Let's do it.
Hello and welcome to The Thread of Gentlemen.
A podcast where we take a kamikaze dive into the best.
And often worst tales the internet has to offer.
I'm Johnny.
I'm Ben.
I'm Charlie. And without any further ado,
I think we need to get this show started.
Right, kicking off today, this story is called My Mate Phil.
hi Phil.
Go on, Phil.
Yes,
Right.
it's Phil.
It's Phil. So, my mate Phil is getting married soon, so I wanted to share a short list of his best moments before he becomes a boring old cunt.
Nice, I like this already.
Yeah, I love it. I love these stories where it's like a roundup of people's best moments.
Yeah, yeah. Let it out now, because you can't do it at the wedding, because you got family there, you got kids there. Let it out now on a podcast.
Well,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
yeah,
My mate Phil once pissed in a pint glass in his house because he couldn't be fucked to get up. Yeah, all right, pretty standard.
do what you need to do.
Phil once had a fuck buddy who was basically just Phil, but with long hair. I mean, stick to what you know, right? Oh, fucking hell.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, exactly. It might have just been him, like with a mirror and a wig.
Yeah.
He once fingered a girl and found some string.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Shall we continue? He once coloured his cock black for a Subway sandwich, which he's still annoyed that he never got.
Hungry.
Hungry boy. Phil once left a mirror on the floor by a window and burnt his house down. Fucking great.
Carry on.
He once sat at the top of his stairs and put a suppository up his arse whilst all of his housemates watched on in horror.
Okay, fine.
Phil once drank his dad's prize bottle of vintage port and replaced it with Ribena.
Philip.
Phil was in the first wave in the country to get swine flu and he was hospitalised. One of the nurses caught him outside smoking a fag. When asked what the fuck he was doing, he said, "I'm ill, I'm not gay." He once lost a fight with a wasp in his kitchen and declared it to be the wasp's kitchen now.
In fairness, I've done that many a times with spiders.
The living room became the bin because the kitchen was now out of bounds. Oh, Matt, right, this next one.
Wait, in the vein of stories that we've had before, do you reckon Phil started coming in his living room?
Oh, man, this next one is my favourite. He once negotiated a blowjob using cheese on toast. Is it possible to learn this skill?
Well,
yeah. And I don't think there's a problem in the world that can't be solved with cheese on toast. You know, if you drop cheese on toast into the Gaza Strip, it's done. It's sorted.
well, exactly.
You know, do they eat cheese? Or no, are they one of the ones that think cows are magic?
Well...
No.
The last one on the list. Phil once stuck fairy lights up his arse at a party and nobody knows why.
Yeah, who hasn't? It's a festive anal bead.
Festive anal. Nice. Right, Phil, I fucking love that. Whoever you are, you absolute legend. Don't ever change, you absolute wild card.
Never changed, not for anyone.
Okay, this one is called It's Exactly What It Looks Like. And if you have a story you want read out, send it in to stories@thethreadofgentleman.com. Like and subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, and all that kind of crap. Okay, this is called...
Just opening like a cold Coca can on a hot day and just hearing that clink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it looks like. I finished having surgery and had a post-op appointment with my doctor up the hill. Had to go before that while driving up the hill. Figured I'd use the bathroom while in the office. I forgot I had to shit, impossible as it seems. Well, I drove back down the hill when the bullet train hit my ass. I pulled over the side of the highway, having no place to shit. I grabbed the only thing nearby, a thin empty styrofoam box and Panda Express on the passenger seat. So you're in America.
So wait, Panda Express is Chinese takeout, isn't it?
Things were moving fast. So fast, in fact, that I made my first mistake. This is not your first mistake.
Yeah, many were made.
Many were made before this point.
You're just halfway through the journey of calamity.
This is the end of the first mistake. Do you know what I mean? Like, so first mistake, I missed the box.
Oh, no. So he shit.
I had shat all over the driver's seat of my car. I'd been on antibiotics too, so we're not talking logs here. We're talking full-on mud pile, split pea soup.
Man, people stop listening to this podcast. In fact, just put us out of business, please.
No, don't
take this, man.
Don't.
That is the fucking poo equivalent of somebody who you see like at the office, and there's just a massive bin open on the floor. They screw up a bit of paper and they're standing above the bin, and they launch it at it, and it goes the other side of the room.
In all fairness, like he's probably not going to have much experience like aiming like that, you know.
Do you reckon right before he hit the car seat, he went, alley-oop?
Kobe!
I imagine the last thing that went through his mind was just like, he's in that situation. What else is there to do? I've just got to send it. And he's just ripped.
In the words of the podcast. You know, like that song from, I think it's 2001 Space Odyssey. Like I'm hearing that dung 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 dung. Send
it. Okay, it filled the seat.
He's got a chunky boy.
I'm doing this acrobatic effort not to dip my ass back in the mess, but I somehow opened the car door. I grabbed my phone and popped the trunk. After slamming the car door shut, important later, I run bare ass to the trunk of my car to grab a change of clothes I'd prayed for. Good thing
Not to interrupt, by the way, but he opened the car door, and I've now got that image of like The Shining, where the elevator doors open and it's just blood. Yeah. He just opens the car door, it's just shit.
Oh, God. Did he say he filled the seat?
He filled the seat.
A whole new meaning to bucket seat.
Yeah. This is where you just keep your pants on, just be like, just admit defeat. I just feel like...
Revel in it. Yeah, revel in it.
Save the seats, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, your pants are gone, your trousers are probably gone as well. Save the seat. The car's done.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, trousers are cheaper than a car.
Yeah. So good thing I didn't make that charity shop run yet. God's joke wasn't quite over though. I'd walked back to the driver's door to realise my keys are locked inside the car with the engine running. So now to make matters worse, I have to now call a tow truck to unlock my car.
No, you don't.
Leave the car.
Walk away. It's going to stall eventually.
What you do
Just
is you
leave
open
it,
up
man.
the fucking petrol cap, you take the nearest bit of fabric, you stuff it down there, you set it alight, and you walk away fucking man on fire style.
Yeah, that's
as the car explodes behind you in a brown, fiery, pooey mess.
That is the only way. Now, some Hank the tow truck guy has to stare at my abomination that I left in my seat. I was mortified, and he just stared at me with such bewilderment afterwards. I hung my head. It's exactly what it seems. I'm sure that tow truck guy had one hell of a story when he got back home.
Oh, come on, man. Let's not act like Hank doesn't have a beige strip in his pants.
Yeah.
Sat there. Yeah. Smell his
All
fucking
the time.
seat.
Hank's
That
seen
man's
a
seat
lot
has got
worse.
poo particles all over it, okay?
Hank's seen
In fact,
so much
that, and
that.
he's also got a dead couple of hookers in the back seat.
I think if you smelled his seat, that would be your like daily calorie intake for the day.
Can you imagine?
I mean, you're getting pink lung with that.
He got the black lung.
I got the black lung, pa.
Here's okay. So this is Thread of Gentlemen tip-top advice for this guy. You smash the window. You drive it straight to the scrap heap, where they'll give you like £150 no questions asked.
Yeah, because they've cleared out dead people.
Yeah, do you know what I
Your
mean?
shit is the least of their concern.
Yeah. Or, Thread of Gentlemen top tip, don't shit in your car.
I like that one.
It is funny, like being a step removed to kind of read it and then try and work out what kind of tism they have.
Just make up one if you want. Yeah. You can make your own category, you know.
Pootism.
Benjamin, do you want to drop some fire on us?
Why the fuck not?
Benjamin.
This one's been sent in by Butthole McGinty.
Nice, great name. Great name.
Fucking
That's
love
one of
that.
the best names we've had on this.
Fucking love that. Butthole McGinty.
I agree, it's one of the best names we've ever had in this. And the story is called Blind War.
Blind.
Okay.
Blind War. Whilst he has nothing against blind people, my mate accidentally waged a war of attrition. By the way, great phrase. Great
War
phrase.
of attrition.
The fact that is the first time that's been used in this show. There are some fantastic phrases. That's one of my favourites. Used not in the context of real war, by the way. Waged a war of attrition against the blind community.
Right.
No, I love this already.
This is thin ice territory. This is.
What I like about this is that this one feels completely and utterly 3 seasons in fucking unique. I'll go on.
Yeah.
I like it because the first fucking line of this just says that this is just wrong in every regard. Whilst at uni, a blind girl was placed into my mate's student digs by the end of uni. We have our victim.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like that's our victim?
It's going to be, isn't it?
Guess she needed to find housing, so the uni sorted it. The rest of the housemates weren't given a choice, but they had nothing against it. Except it turned out she was a massive cunt.
Why does it feel more offensive to say that against someone who's got like a disability?
No, this is
Because
what I love.
It's not
about
mutually
humanity.
exclusive.
It's fucking fantastic because I think it's one of the funniest things of all time where somebody who is like lame or disabled is a massive cocksucker. It's excellent.
Cocksucker.
Because it teaches fucking twats out there who don't understand human character has got nothing to do with physical appearance, it drives that message real home, because they'll go over to somebody who's just like, I've actually witnessed this before, somebody in a wheelchair and somebody going over to try and help them, and the person in the wheelchair just flipping out on them, and I'm like, you tried to virtue signal your way through this one and it wasn't gonna fucking work, because the guy at Hot Wheels over there was having none of it. So my mate started moving things around. It started off small, moving tins and innocuous items in the cupboard to spite her. It's too easy. It's too easy. It started off moving small items, moving tins, innocuous items around the cupboard to spite her. And then one morning I punched her in the face.
It doesn't say that.
Okay. This then quickly moved on to other items like remotes, books, chairs and tables.
This guy's going to hell, isn't he?
It's not Butthole McGinty's fault she can't see.
Yeah, listen, if God didn't want her to see, that's on him.
Yeah. Works in mysterious ways, as does Butthole McGinty. Every morning, this was a new stage of total wipeout for her.
Oh, God.
It's fucking great, man. This is the other thing as well, that anybody with a disability, they have a fucking sense of humour. I find it hard to believe that blind people would not find this funny.
I'm not sure the blind community as a whole would agree with that point of view.
I mean, the best part is as well, so they won't see this coming.
I was going to say, your connection to the blind community, turning off the lights doesn't count. I don't know how much of this is going in.
We'll make it work. Every morning was a new stage of total wipeout for her. Who left the table there? Oh, well. Serves her right for being an arsehole. Yin and yang, motherfucker. You get in what you get out what you put in. A few years later, my mate was at a bar with his new girlfriend. A blind guy kept hitting on his lady and was getting a bit handsy, which I guess is how they see. Was he blind?
This can't go in. This just can't go in.
Man, I'm telling you, you can get away with a lot of shit if you have a fucking stick and a dog. Which is, I guess, how they see by getting a bit handsy. Anyhow, my mate and his missus left. On the way out, my mate took the blind guy's cane as recompense for his actions. Fuck knows how that geezer got home. Oh my God. You know what's so fucked about that as well? That if somebody just sees him like handsing his way along a wall on the way out, there's just going to be a bunch of people being like, hey, that's too much.
Yeah.
Time to upgrade to a dog, I guess. My mate would have had a harder time nicking that, but not impossible. Cheers. Thank you, Butthole McGinty.
Butthole McGinty. There you
Fucking
go.
hell.
Thank you.
Absolute carnage. Love it. Love it.
Fucking great.
Yeah, if people do have stories, where can they send them to, Charlie?
You can send them to stories@thethreadofgentleman.com. Okay, are you guys ready for the most embarrassing situations people have ever gotten themselves into?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And this doesn't have to be toilet related.
No, there are very little of these toilet related, which I'm really, really glad about. So we can end this episode like you're not on the poo. Do you know what I mean? Like this is all fun, embarrassing stuff.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Keep it light-hearted.
It's going to be fucking horrendous, isn't it? It's going to be all diarrhea stuff.
No. Honestly, like it gets really good, but this first one's my favourite. So my aunt wandered into an open-air restaurant in Greece, sat down. She had no Greek. They had no English.
Okay.
So she pointed to what others were having. They bought her wine and food. Only when she tried to pay and they refused did she realise she'd crashed someone's wedding party.
Oh, that is delectable.
Yeah, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
wonderful. And do you know what, as well? If I want to scare our audience out there, that is fucking easily replicable in Greece, because they usually invite everyone from the village. So you're often not recognized.
Yeah, just turn up.
Yeah, you can just walk in.
Okay, on holiday in Corfu, some friends of ours sat at a pretty table in a shady square and ordered a couple of beers from the lady who came over to them. Later, when they tried to pay, she said, "Oh no, don't worry, this is my home. You're welcome."
Oh, so they just sat down and were like, "All right, love, can we have a couple of beers?"
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
okay.
no.
And she was just like, yeah. This is what nice people in Europe do. In England, you'd get kicked.
You get stabbed if you just went and sat in someone's garden and were like, "Oh, mate,
I
bring me
feel
a beer."
terrible enough when I go over to somebody in a shop and I start asking them questions, and they're like, "I don't work here." And I'm like, well, question still stands.
Yeah. Where are the beans? I don't give a fuck where you work. Help
Do you know
me.
what, though? To anybody out there that's happened to, why the fuck were you dressing like you were on that day?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Particularly in an Apple store. Don't wear a blue t-shirt, you cunt.
Yeah. If you're going to Waitrose, don't wear green.
Yeah. If you come to my house, don't wear clothes. Your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
All right, this one's really good. Only because I feel like I've done this and it's awful. I once genuinely thought this lady with outstretched arms was trying to give me a hug. Afraid that it was someone I knew in the past, I went in for the hug and she said, "Not you, dear." And when I turned, I realised her relative was coming behind me. I fled the scene in shame.
Oh, these are making me feel a certain way, and I don't know if it's bad or good. I'm enjoying them, but at the same time, my pecker has retreated inside my visage.
Yeah, it's a little bit of Schadenfreude, but mixed with shame.
Yeah. There's always that thing, isn't there, where someone's waving at you and you're like, okay, well, fuck it. It's getting so awkward, I'm going to have to wave back. And then the person walks past you that they're waving to. And you're like, I am a cunt.
All right, my dad and his sister were swimming in a local pool. They were doing lengths when she spotted him taking a breather at pool edge. She swam up behind him and put both hands on his bald head and dunked him underwater. While she held him there, ignoring his flailing, my actual dad swam past.
Oh, no! Fuck! How do you explain that one? Sorry for trying to kill you.
When they come up disorientated, you are already 3 meters underwater in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Swim away.
You would. Do you know what you'd have to do? You'd have to start reaching around, be like, "I'm legally blind."
I wonder whether you somehow get away, resurface like nearby, and resurface like befuddled, gasping for air, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And you go, "I know, man. What the hell just happened?"
yeah. Some fucker. Yeah. I think the lake's haunted.
Yeah, or you just look at like a 6-year-old kid going by and you're like, "It must be that fucker."
Yeah, get him.
All right, this kind of reminds me of when my dad was trying to round us up, so the 4 kids, to leave the nursing home from visiting an old aunt. He said, "Does anyone need to go to potty?" And about 12 residents said, "I do."
Oh, no. No. Mistreatment of the elderly.
Oh, Jesus. This person walked into work one day and everyone was standing around looking somber. I loudly asked, "Geez, who fucking died?" Never a question to ask.
No, read the room. Read the
do you
room.
know what I mean? Like, at that moment, the guy whose custodial grandma just died turned to face me with tears in his eyes.
Oh.
That's up there with asking whether a fat person's pregnant.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like, I've even been in the office where somebody who I'm 97% sure is pregnant because people were talking about it. Don't fucking say it.
Don't risk it until someone
They
tells
come to you with the information.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, otherwise you have to go and kill yourself. And I don't want to do that.
And when they tell you, even if they're 9 months pregnant, you go, "Oh,
Yeah, you're like, "Oh, I had no
Really?
idea.
yeah."
You look so fantastic. You hide it well."
Yeah.
Lovely.
I thought it was just a big poo.
Do you-
All right, I've got a couple more here.
Give him.
So one time I was taking an order for a very beautiful sounding cake when I worked at a bakery.
Oh, nice.
And I asked the woman, whose birthday is it? She told me very sweetly that it was actually for her young son's funeral. I wanted to crawl beneath the floor.
Oh, shiitake mushrooms.
Yeah.
What do you do with that? I guess it depends on the cake, really. That's almost on the old woman. If it's like a fucking Paw Patrol cake, then fuck you. You know? You can't have a Colin the Caterpillar, Colin the Cremation. No.
Oh, John.
No.
I like the fact that you got 75% of the way through that word. That's an improvement. We're definitely getting better, man.
We're getting better, man.
You said
the thing is,
and I can see the ... after the word.
You're catching them early. I like that.
It's because I'm quite often my brain does these things and I'm hearing it for the first time along with you guys. It just comes out.
So I was at a coffee shop waiting for my coffee when I ate the largest muffin sample on a plate. Wasn't until I started. I love a free sample when you go somewhere like that.
But
Yeah,
like,
but
what coffee shop gives you a free sample of a muffin?
Well,
The ones
so
in
it-
Amsterdam.
Well, yeah, true.
Do they?
It
experience
wasn't
it.
until I started to start one more tasty sample that I realised it wasn't free samples, but someone's dirty plate they'd returned to the counter. Left without my coffee in horror.
Yeah, you got COVID.
Oh. Also, the staff must have just looked like, that is the most well-dressed homeless person I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, that's such a weird, like, do you think there are rules
King of the
against doing that?
hobos.
Yeah. I am king of the bums. Do you think there are rules against that in places? Because there are some restaurants where I look at, like, if it's a really nice restaurant, if it's like an Olenstein and somebody's eaten half of a social slice, I'm first of all slapping them as they leave, and then I'll go over and I'll eat the rest of that fucking thing.
Do you actually do that? Do you go up to tables you don't know after they've left and just eat stuff off them?
I've seen food where I've gone.
Oh yeah, we've all seen it, but you know, hopefully there's that thing in all of us that goes, nope, that person might have the herpes.
Yes, but then also sugar.
It's a risky one, isn't it?
I'm also like
it is.
I'm a spiritual fat cunt. Like the body it's coming. Like I'm doing nothing to waylay the disastrous intestine that is already melting inside of me. So I have like that mixed with a very questionable set of morals. It's just a matter of time.
I imagine that intestine is just filled with semen on the reg.
Oh my God. I mean, it looks like sort of the Ho Chi Minh Trail after the Americans had bombed it. It's just, it's still usable, but just a fucking disaster.
Kind of sounds like this podcast.
That's my best one fucking yet, by the way.
Yeah,
That takes the Dresden bombing and shits on it.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm waiting for you to get Tiananmen in there.
This is the thing, man. This is a podcast for history fans as well, because for all of you fucks out there that don't know these phrases, I'm getting away with murder.
Yeah. If anyone ever from the world of academia listened to this, we would be cancelled instantly.
Yeah. Well, not the fun ones. The fun ones out there would be like, yes, we got a fucking mention in there. Somebody's been listening to our lectures. And I'm like, yeah.
Most of them would switch it off pretty quickly, I imagine.
Yeah.
But then, frankly, if they could actually see a CAT scan of my intestines, they'd be like, yeah, it does look like fucking South Vietnam a la, 1969.
Yeah.
That's, by the way, for all the kids listening out there, that's what happens when you smoke for like 10 years, you drink for double that, and then just have like curries in the middle of a day. And you're, it's like
you'll be
napalm
there.
has lined your intestine. It's wonderful. I don't even have to push anymore. As long as I'm in the right place, I'm fine. It's like I just kind of like, beam me down, Scotty. Fucking.
I almost imagine it's like you press a button and it just happens.
Yeah. I'm in control. The sphincter's not. Also, I know, not a word of a lie, I was actually taking a dump today and my other half kicked down the door and screamed at me, "Why do you use so much toilet paper?" And the answer to that is because I have a brown Sharpie poking out the end of my arsehole.
That's why you need to install a bidet. Solve all problems.
Dude, because then that when you get a bidet, it doesn't mean that you're successful and that you've got rid of all of your problems in life. It means that you're just successful as a dirty cunt. Because clean people don't need a bidet, do they?
Okay, last one. My sister. This is very thread of gentleman territory. Deep breath. My sister was making a peanut butter sandwich when she quickly needed to change my nephew's diaper.
No! The puzzle pieces here are aligning in a way that the image they're creating.
This is a clear
ideal.
path in a forest. I can see where I'm going.
While changing the diaper, she saw some peanut butter on her arm and licked it off. It wasn't peanut butter.
Fuck no.
Oh, hot fucking damn.
Oh, do you know what? As all of the parents out there, they've come close, but most people dodge that bullet.
I'm not okay.
The ones I've seen a couple of videos. I've seen loads of my friends that have had their babies kind of just shit on them, which is hilarious but horrible. But the worst is when parents hold their babies up really high and the kid vomits in their mouth.
Yes,
I've seen
that
a
is
couple
worse.
of that, and I'm like, that is the most horrific thing. I feel physically sick just thinking about that right now.
Charlie, you fucker, you did me because you said there was no poo, and then at the end, there was
poo.
There was ingestion of poo, which
poo
is
consumption.
far worse than anything else we've probably ever had.
I may or may not have lied to you.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, you didn't prepare yourself for the worst. And that is, by the way, in 3 seasons, the worst poo story we've had, because it's not some long-winded embarrassment. That is, you just ate.
Yeah.
Shit.
Right, shall we end this?
Yeah. Guys, what was our favourite story?
Ooh.
I don't know, I really like Phil's list.
I think Blind Chick, because it's morally reprehensible, but it's funny.
Thank you for sending in to the thread of stories at thethreadofgentleman.com.
Muchos gracias. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Well, telling everyone in our audience, I want you to know that 3 seasons into this bad boy, we are having a lot of fun, and we fucking love you guys. Every one of you wrong-uns, and also the Metro for finding the rest of them that we didn't pick up on.
Yeah, for doing half the job for us. Fucking fantastic.
Top-class journalism.
Thank you, England, for existing. We are a unique bunch of wrong-uns. We found a way to passively be complete fucking wankers.
A bloody men.
Love it. Right, guys, thank you so much for listening. All the best.
Bye.
Ciao.